Justin Bieber just set off fresh speculation around Hailey's pregnancy. His recent posts don't look random. Fans see them as clear signals that something is going on right now. In the middle of it, he even pulled out an old photo showing Hailey's baby bump, but not as a trip down memory lane. To many, it felt like the start of a new hint. And the biggest question is timing. Why drop these clues before the bump is even obvious? And why so close to Selena's wedding? Justin Bieber didn't just post a random throwback, he knew exactly what he was doing. That old picture, with his head resting on Hailey's lap and her baby bump clearly visible, wasn't about nostalgia. To me, it felt like a deliberate move, a reminder of her first pregnancy, and for many fans, the first clue that history might be repeating itself. And then came the new photos. In one, Justin is lifting Hailey playfully, but all eyes immediately went to her waistline and belly. In another, inside their home, she's standing in a simple tank top and trousers. And again, the focus wasn't on her outfit or the setting, but on the subtle curve of her stomach. Fans didn't miss a beat. One comment read, "I feel like she's pregnant again." And honestly, I can see why that line grabbed so much attention. It said exactly what people were already whispering. Another person pointed out, "Never show your baby's face. Unless you have another LOL, I like how you keep it a secret low-key." Which really made me think about their pattern of keeping things hidden until the timing is right. And then there was the boldest one left hanging in the comments, "They're going to make baby number 2. What really stands out to me is how desperate Justin looks to grab attention right now. If this was about celebrating Hailey's pregnancy, they could have easily waited a few more weeks for the bump to become obvious. But instead, he's posting random old photos and dropping half-baked hints as if he can't sit still. And the timing says it all. Selena's wedding is just days away, and suddenly Justin wants every headline to circle back to him and Hailey. It doesn't look like coincidence, it looks like strategy. Even fans are calling it out. One person wrote, "He's doing on purpose, Sel wedding is in a few days, he's trying to draw some attention days prior her wedding." Another comment that really stuck with me said, "If she's pregnant, they would definitely announce it on Selena's wedding day or 2 to 3 days after." That's exactly the kind of chaos Justin seems to want, turning her big day into his stage. And then there are even people saying, "I don't find these two genuinely in love." All show off. To me, it feels less about family news and more about stealing the spotlight right when Selena's moment is here. The closer it gets to Selena's wedding, the more Justin and Hailey seem to be flooding everyone's feeds. First, he dropped a photo of them in the pool, kissing like they're trying to prove how perfect their marriage is. Then came another shot, Justin holding little Jack, Hailey walking a few steps ahead, as if they wanted to remind everyone that they're not just a couple, they're a family. To me, it doesn't look like random posts. It feels like they're trying to drown out the noise of Selena's big day by making sure all eyes stay on them. And fans are catching on. One person said, "It's so creepy that they always have a photographer around taking these photos of them." Another added, "I really think they're just seeing each other to take pictures and then share them on social media." This is all really weird. Someone else pointed out, "They are always so staged." Even the candids are obviously with a creative director telling them how to stand, look, be. And honestly, I can't disagree. These don't look natural. They look like a calculated campaign to remind everyone they still matter, right when Selena's wedding is stealing headlines. By now, it's hard to look at Justin and Hailey's posts and see them as natural moments. The way everything is captured, edited, and released feels more like a publicity campaign than a couple sharing their life. The photos are polished to the point of looking staged, with every angle highlighting exactly what they want people to notice. It doesn't feel like real intimacy. It feels like controlled storytelling. What makes it stand out even more is the speed and frequency. One post comes right after another, with no break in between, almost as if they're determined to keep their names in circulation non-stop. There's no pause, no letting a moment breathe. It's a constant stream designed to dominate the feed. That kind of pacing doesn't happen by accident. It looks like someone behind the scenes is making sure they stay at the center of attention. And then, of course, there's the timing. With Selena's wedding around the corner, the sudden surge of content feels strategic. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, they're rushing to push their narrative now while the world is already watching. Posting about their love, staging family shots, resurfacing old pregnancy photos, everything seems calculated to create buzz that competes directly with Selena's headlines. At the core, this isn't about celebrating milestones or sharing private memories. It's about controlling the narrative and making sure no other story, not even Selena's wedding, gets all the focus. The way I see it, Justin and Hailey aren't just posting for themselves, they're running a machine, one designed to flood social media with carefully curated moments. And when you step back, it's clear this machine is working overtime to make sure Selena's moment doesn't belong entirely to her. Selena's wedding is meant to be a celebration of love, family, and commitment. But instead of letting her have her moment, Justin seems intent on inserting himself right into the middle of it. The timing of his posts feels far too deliberate. Rather than waiting until Hailey's bump is clear or choosing a meaningful occasion for an announcement, Justin is rushing to put out content now, right when Selena's wedding is the talk of the internet. And to me, that makes his motives hard to ignore. If this was just about family news, they could have easily held back a few weeks. Hailey could have debuted her pregnancy in a way that was obvious, undeniable, and joyful. But Justin isn't being patient. He's pushing out recycled old photos and new ones that keep her midsection in frame, almost like he's desperate to create a buzz before the wedding even happens. It doesn't feel organic. It feels competitive. Selena's wedding is guaranteed to dominate headlines. That's the reality. And rather than sitting back, Justin looks like he's doing everything possible to make sure people keep talking about him and Hailey instead. Flooding Instagram, dropping old pregnancy references, staging moments that don't feel authentic, it all adds up to one thing: a fight for attention. In the end, this isn't just about Hailey's pregnancy anymore. It's about control. It's about making sure that when Selena's big day comes, the conversation online isn't just about her. It's about Justin too. And when you step back and look at the bigger picture, it feels less like a celebration of new life and more like a calculated move to steal the spotlight. Just as everyone was trying to figure out what Justin was doing with all these pregnancy hints, his mother stepped into the spotlight with a post of her own. Patty Millette shared a long prayer for Justin, asking for healing, strength, and clarity in his life. She even wrote about breaking chains of fear, confusion, heaviness, and pain. To me, that wasn't just a casual prayer. It sounded like a cry of concern, almost as if she knows something deeper is going on with him. What makes it even more striking is the timing. Justin had just been seen wearing a shirt that read, "Pray for me." And then his mom echoed that message almost word for word. That's not coincidence. That's a mother aligning herself with her son in public. But it also raises questions. Why now? Why post such a heavy prayer right when Justin is in the middle of stirring chaos around Hailey's pregnancy and Selena's wedding? I can't help but think Patty's words add another layer to the story. Maybe she sees Justin struggling privately, and this flood of posts is his way of coping. Or maybe she's aware of the criticism and wants to shield him. Either way, her prayer made headlines, and it reminded everyone that even behind the staged photos and attention-grabbing posts, Justin might be battling something personal. And that makes this entire situation feel even more complicated. When you put all of this together, the picture becomes clear. Justin isn't just dropping random photos, he's building a narrative. From the old baby bump throwback to the staged poolside kisses and family shots, every move feels timed, every post feels deliberate. And all of it comes just as Selena's wedding is about to take over the spotlight. It's hard not to see this as a strategy, his way of making sure he and Hailey stay at the center of conversation, even if it means overshadowing someone else's moment. At the same time, his mother's recent prayer adds another layer. It makes me wonder if what we're seeing online is just the surface, and if behind it all, Justin is struggling with pressures that fans can only guess at. Maybe these posts are about control, maybe they're about chaos, or maybe they're simply about not being forgotten. In the end, the question still stands. Is Justin truly celebrating Hailey's pregnancy? Or is this just another chapter in his long history of turning private life into public drama? One thing's for sure, the timing is no accident, and the story is far from over.